Hey guys, some of you know that I have had a damage on my Tesla when I took delivery, and I only noticed it after the fact. So I mentioned this to Tesla and they actually agreed to fix it. So today I'm going to the Tesla center in Porto and I will let you guys know what the experience is. Basically, I'm gonna head there now, drop my car off. They said it'll be done in 2 hours. I seriously doubt it because it's actually 2 panels, and I'm wondering whether they actually registered that it's both panels, the light bar and the bottom. So we'll see when we get there. I've been driving the new Juniper for almost a month now, but I haven't actually been driving that much because I have been away. I was in Korea for 3 weeks and then I went on a family trip to Spain as well. But this short time that I've had with it, I've only driven in total now 1,875 kilometers. Obviously half of that was probably Yasha and Dima driving it down to Algarve to get it fully PPF'd. And if you want to watch my video on that, click the pop out above. Basically I got the car fully PPF'd. I took delivery shortly after Yasha and Dima. Yasha from our class, Dima is just friends of Yasha, came up to Porto to collect the car, and I got the car fully PPF'd. And at that point, just before that, I realized that there was a small scratch on the light as well as a little dent on the bumper. So, you know, normally if I had noticed this like months later, I wouldn't have cared. But because I was getting the car fully PPF'd, you know, I wanted the car to look brand new. And, you know, it's not nice paying a high price for the launch edition with everything that's included and then having a small damage included as well. I'm happy that Tesla seems to have taken ownership for it. I hope they replace both the light bar as well as the bumper so they can look brand new. And Yasha is going to come back up to Porto to finish PPFing the part that he left open, namely the light bar, so that they can replace it and the new one will be brand new presumably, and PPF over it. So this car is fully PPF so far, besides the back where the light bar is going to be replaced. The PPF is S-Tech 200, I think 200 micron. So it's quite thick and quite strong, and it's self-healing in the sun. And there's more details in the other video that I published regarding PPF for your car. But overall, you know, I've really enjoyed this car. It is quite a step up from the Tesla Model 3. The seating position is much more comfortable. Your legs are, you have a lot more leg space obviously because it's a bigger car. A lot of people have asked which is more comfortable in general. I think in terms of ride, I think the Model Y is a little bit stiffer than the Model 3, and I think that's got to do with either preventing body roll because it's a much higher ground clearance car. A lot of people have put aftermarket suspension in, but I don't mind the suspension. I don't think it's too bad. In both my vehicles I have the upgraded rims, so I don't think it's because the rims on this one are bigger than, you know, the Model 3, because I've also got the bigger rims in the Model 3 as well. So yeah, so we're gonna head through to the Tesla Porto Center now, or Tesla Center in Porto now, and I will show you guys what it looks like and what the check-in process is, and I'll chat to them just to make sure that both the light and the bumper is going to be replaced. If you guys have any specific questions about this car, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you like this type of content, remember to click the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Oh look, there's a test drive vehicle over there. New Juniper, just the one. So we're arriving at Tesla soon. It's around the corner over there. And another thing I wanted to talk about was, you know, I haven't actually seen that many Junipers on the road. Obviously it's still relatively new, but I wonder if it will become the best-selling vehicle like the previous model was, because obviously it's too early to tell, but there has been some impact on sales, you know, with the Chinese cars, and obviously some politics around Elon Musk and stuff. I don't even know if that has actual impact. I think it's more the competition and also the potential recession that either the US or the world is experiencing through all these ups and downs in terms of timing. So I wonder if, you know, they launched it at a good time. But you know, I've loved this car. Now that I've arrived, it actually knows that I'm here for the service, and it says I'm open, and I can track my progress. And if I need to pay anything, obviously the payment for me is free, and actually tells you when it's ready to be picked up. This guy's leaving, so I need to move out the way. So what's very interesting is that they don't even need my key card. because my car's scheduled for appointment and is locked, and they can access it because the car's scheduled, so they can just go in there without getting my key card or anything. That's pretty interesting. Now we are here at the sales center, and you can see that there's the test drive vehicles. There's a white one. I haven't actually seen the white one in the flesh. The white one actually looks pretty cool as well. Perfect for if you're going to wrap it in something else as well, you know, in a different color. And here's the black. There's black and white. Which one do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments below. Let's go see what else they have inside. So inside they have a regular Tesla Model Y non-launch edition, and you can see that it's slightly different. It doesn't have this. This is regular like interior, but if you get the white interiors, this is, you know, this white leather thing, and this part is the same as this part, and no launch edition here obviously. And I wonder if this is any different. But this is the white interior. So here we're on the way to Tesla. I got my dad to drive the Model 3. He's never driven an EV before, and in South Africa you drive on the left side of the road, not the right side. So he was doubly nervous because firstly, everything's a bit confusing. The roundabouts are anti-clockwise instead of clockwise. So that was a little bit confusing for him. But besides that, the steering indicator button is also confusing. And as you can see on the right here, here is the details of the appointment and me clicking confirm pickup. I actually did this when I was actually at Tesla, but here we are to look at the car. Yeah, put a new piece, a new light over here. So this side is fine. This side is fine. And then they didn't change this because I need to log another request. It's quite dented here actually. It's almost like hit a pole. Okay, so we picked up the car, and basically the service center didn't change the bumper because they said that they didn't see the scratch on the bumper, but they did change my light, so obviously they saw something. But they said I must log another return because obviously I think the reason was because they can only do one at a time. So now we're going to the mall to get my Model 3 washed. My dad's behind me. He's kind of nervous because he doesn't usually drive on the right side of the road, because in South Africa you drive on the left, and also he's never driven an EV before, so he's struggling a bit. And as you saw in the clip earlier, he's struggling with the turn signal buttons, which is natural. I'm quite surprised he's actually like using it. I just told him not to signal because it's too complicated, and we're obviously driving a short distance, so it should be okay. And I'm trying to get him to follow behind me, but there's a car that's blocking him, but luckily I'm driving quite slow. And over here you can see my Model 3 parking next to my Model Y, and in the next video I'll show you my selling of the Model 3. I sold someone in Lisbon, and I'll explain all the details in that next video, so see you guys next time.